What's up, everybody? Today's video is the death of Sheffield Wednesday. My name is Greg, an American living abroad in Spain, learning the beautiful game of football one question at a time with your help. And today's video is brought to you by Visa. Hopefully I'm saying that correct, my man. I will include a link in the description so you can go and show him some love. I'm sure he would appreciate that. This was a recommendation out of the Discord by a Croatian man. And I looked this up because I'm like, what is Sheffield Wednesday? Because of course I didn't know, but I looked it up and sounds like they got some problems going on over there. So I'm curious to see what this video is about. I think it's going to be super interesting. Before we get started here, just go ahead and like the video. That would be a huge help. Okay, let's go.
Picture of a end of season game for Sheffield Wednesday last campaign, and in this photo you could tell something different. There's there's something going on here. All players that are no longer in there in colour, so players are black and white, are no longer there at the football club. To highlight, these are players that was there 2 months ago. This was a picture 2 months ago, and all those players and all those staff members are no longer there or contracted right now to Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. I present to you the current transfermarkt.com list of players currently at Sheffield Wednesday.
What in the hell is going on over there? This is really interesting. Something's happening. So let us see.
To you the current transfermarkt.com list of players currently at Sheffield Wednesday. This is the list. It's one of the most devastating sights I think I've ever seen. They only officially have 3 midfielders in the entire club. One goalkeeper, which is 20 years of age, and they got rid of 2 of their most talented, valued young players for absolutely nothing to their market value. All done out of desperation so that they can actually pay their players and staff. Sheffield Wednesday.
Are they playing Football Manager over there at Sheffield Wednesday?
Done out of desperation so that they can actually pay their players and staff. Sheffield Wednesday, one of the most historical clubs in England, and I did a video over a year ago about Sheffield Wednesday, and I labelled their current owner as one of the worst owners in England and one of the worst run clubs in the country. Now, a year later, things have changed. Not for the better. For some of you that may be aware of the EFL, you may be already very well aware of what's going on here, but if you're someone that follows a Premier League team, you're not really keeping up to date with the EFL, this may be a massive shock to you. This is disastrous in so many ways I can't even explain. So how have we got to this point? Why do they have barely any players or any staff at their club? Well, this all comes down to one man, Delphine Chansiri. This man is an absolute maniac, and how he's still been allowed to be.
Damn, it's like, man, it's so frustrating when you get some whacked out owner who, like, I don't know, they're not fit to be owners, or they're not good owners. I live in Malaga, Spain, and I did a video, maybe a couple months ago on just like the downfall of Malaga, and it's the owners. It's always the owners be effing everything up. So, man, that's really super unfortunate.
Chansiri. This man is an absolute maniac, and how he's still been allowed to be the owner of any EFL club is incredible to me. So comment down below your thoughts about Sheffield Wednesday. If you are a Sheffield Wednesday fan, then please do comment down below. I really want your input in this, because Newcastle, they're having an awful transfer window, but this is just another level of stupidity. So like, comment, subscribe, and if you do want any Sheffield Wednesday prints for any Owls fans, then link down below, mazzeldesigns.co.uk, use code VISA for 15% off all items. So let's put in very simple terms where we are at right now. Sheffield Wednesday, as we speak, has no idea who their head coach will be for the start of the new season. Danny Rowe appears to have got interest by many clubs, but still is at the club, and it appears to everyone that he is going to eventually leave. Danny Rowe didn't show up for the start of pre-season. He's had different conversations with different football clubs, and it appears that these linked moves all fell through. So he may start the campaign as new manager, but no one can believe that he wants to be there or he wants to stay there. And it appears that the fans and even the players may not really be big fans of him anymore, because if he makes it appear that he doesn't want to be there anymore, then I mean, it feels like he's just out of pure
I mean, does anybody blame him? Would you want to be there anymore? I mean, who knows? Who knows what is happening over there? I don't know if I'd want to be there anymore.
Makes it appear that he doesn't want to be there anymore, then, I mean, it feels like he's just there out of pure necessity because he has no other option left. He's like their plan B. But look, can you blame him? As of right now,
No.
He doesn't really have a team because they aren't being paid. Due to the result of their wages not being paid on time, due to the EFL laws, they have been available to leave their contract. As of July 2nd, the PFA boss said that Sheffield Wednesday players could terminate their contracts over missed payments. This was after persistent failure to pay their wages on time. This doesn't just include, of course, the players, but of course the staff members and anyone that also works at the club. And it appears that the owner Chansiri picks and chooses who he wants to pay. So for example, Danny Rowe, the manager, is always paid in full, it appears, hence why he's not able just to leave. This means that they would still get financial compensation if a club came in to go get him. But almost everyone else appears to be free to leave, because by FIFA's global rules, players can terminate their contracts if they are paid late for 2 consecutive months. Many players and staff at a club has been not paid for 3 to 4 months at a stage. This is somewhat unprecedented when it comes to English football, especially for a club the size of Sheffield Wednesday. This is something that you'd imagine seeing in like, you know, the top tier or second tier of Bulgarian football or something. To see it here is disastrous. So the manager probably won't be there and probably doesn't want to be there.
Wait, are they in the Premier League? Because, I mean, I'm not questioning if this is true. I mean, obviously it's true, but I just thought that all of the Premier League teams were healthy financially. So what's where am I going wrong here? I mean, I'm sure there's something missing because it's obviously happening. So just curious about that.
Something. To see it here is disastrous. So the manager probably won't be there and probably doesn't want to be there really. The players are leaving, they barely have any team left. The staff aren't being paid either, so everyone's downbeat. And they currently have no pre-season fixtures ready at all. Where most clubs have had their pre-season games, at least 2 or 3 of them, this weekend will be their first one against Mansfield in a behind closed doors match. Keep in mind as well, they've also been late on pre-season because of the player issue, and also because I believe their training ground weren't ready for the start of it, so there had to be delays on that too. Also, they are charging £72 as of right now for their current brand new home shirt.
What?
It's like every second I keep saying to you more dumb things about this club.
Like every few seconds, I keep saying more dumb things to you about this club. Oh man, £72, isn't that expensive? I mean, that sounds like it's a little bit crazy. Let me see, when was this thing here? Okay. So this was July 26th that he made this. So there's probably been some developments. And from the sounds of it, it probably has only gotten worse. Oh my God.
Like every second I keep saying to you more dumb things about this club and how it's somehow getting worse. And the problem is, it is. Apparently reports suggesting that North and Hillsborough may not even be open due to safety concerns, meaning that they have to start the campaign with a reduced capacity, and that season ticket holders in that stand can be displaced elsewhere in the stadium. This because of quote-unquote extensive corrosion on the roof. On top of that, they have had some interest of people coming in to buy out the club. Chansiri is in attempt of trying to sell the club. However, it appears that any interest of overseas investors, that it always appears to stall or collapse completely. It feels like the only solution of how they can get out of this mess is a takeover, but it's revealed that last week a deal from an unnamed party has fallen through. As of the 17th of July, the takeover was officially off. Now,
takeover, by that, does he mean like a I don't know, a takeover by the league or something? Or what does he mean by takeover? Because then it would just be a sale if it was taken over by another owner, right? So I don't think that would be a takeover. I'm just curious. What does he mean by that?
Name party has fallen through. As of the 17th of July, the takeover was officially off. Now, reports came out in the middle of June coming out saying that there was a $75 million offer on the table for Sheffield Wednesday that was indeed rejected. Now, an actual post, a club update was put on the club website from Chansiri himself, saying that this was false, saying that it was $40 million plus also future payments, and the second offer was £40 million plus future Premier League promotion payments. Not the $75 million that was reported. Given his reasons of why he declined, saying that these people are not the right people to sell Sheffield Wednesday Football Club and to move the club forward, giving reasons of them being late for Zoom calls and for them not paying money on time. Now, about a week or so ago, the players and staff...
Well, isn't that rich? Now, all of a sudden, he cares about the team enough to find somebody who, is going to show up on time to meetings and do all these great things. Come on, man. You just want the money. I mean, that's what it's about. They're not offering you enough. So that's pretty interesting.
Were finally paid their wages. The problem is most players and staff have already left. A part of why it was stalled is because of two particular sales that has even caused more issues for Sheffield Wednesday. What I can see from the line, JD Gassama went for about £2.2 million to Rangers, and Anthony Masaba went for about £800,000. This is all to ease their financial troubles, and because of this they've been able to actually pay the wages for the players and staff there that are still there and left. However, these fees are well below the market value for two of their better attacking players. It makes it even worse because basically Chansiri at Sheffield Wednesday has refused to sell players for years and years, players that should have been gone a long time ago, and when he finally does it, it's out of sheer desperation at bargain prices. Because of this situation, this has led to the installment of this new takeover, which apparently is all falling down to pieces now. And even though they may be interested, there's a complete waiting game on anyone coming into the club. They are completely stagnant. So by looking online, it looks like they are in training, and they've been at training ground now for at least 2 weeks now, it does appear. By looking at their platforms here, I don't think they've had a single pre-season game since, when at this stage most clubs have had at least 2 or 3. They're behind on players, behind on training, behind on pre-season, and of course because Chansiri isn't looking at having his club for much longer, thankfully, it also means that he's probably not putting anything into the club either. So in terms of bringing in players, unless they're free agents and low wages, free transfers, he's probably not putting or investing any money into the club. So in terms of transfers, I mean, you're not going to be looking at much there. And they already, I mean, as we currently speak, I'm looking at their squad that they currently have. It is an embarrassment. They've got one youth player, at least some variety of defenders here. They've got at least 6 here. They've got 3 midfielders and 5 attackers, 2 of them being just from the youth academy. But it's like that.
Look, man. I've been playing FM Manager, so I mean, I can go in there. I'm sure I can turn it around. Okay, I got 2 weeks experience. I know I can take it. I just need a partner who's willing to invest in the purchase of Sheffield Wednesday, and we will go in there and we'll turn it around. I'll do live streams from on the field, or I don't know. I'll have like a weekly fan something where you get to vote on what you want every week. I mean, we'll make it happen. Okay, we will make it happen.
5 attackers, 2 of them being just from the youth academy. But it's likely that some of these players may also be sold. For example, Jan Valery will likely also be sold as well. And there's no guarantee that many of the players would even still be there, the likes of a Ike Ugbo, Jamal Al, maybe a Nathaniel Shalabar. As of their current squad that is above the age of 21, there's currently like 10. In terms of the size of the club, this may be the worst sample I've seen for many years now of a club just being completely ran down to the ground. And the thing is, you kind of don't really know who's even there. I am surprised that Danny Rowe is still there. I was expecting him to be probably gone by now. So I guess we're going to see what happens with that. So as of right now, no public pre-season friendlies, no clarity on manager situation, no new signings because there won't be any, no official word on if the North Stand's even open, there's no leadership from the top of this club even at all, they barely have any new players, most of them have already left, they are charging £72 for a home shirt still at this stage, they're selling some of their only worthwhile value players at the most discounted rate imaginable. Gassama, who for example went to Rangers for £2.2 million, which they believe they should get maybe a few more million for him, of course scored in a Champions League qualifier the other night against Panathinaikos, so I'm sure that feels good for them. And the worst part is that Chansiri could have solved this. He did get an offer of £40 million plus also additions for Premier League, so it could have been 50 or 60. He could have solved this. He could have got away with some shred of dignity and avoid what is now a complete and utter disaster. But he said no. He declined. Chansiri has kept this going because, lads, look at the situation.
Yeah.
He'd be lucky if he gets £75,000 for this club right now. This is a...
Yeah, he was lucky we get anything. But he's like wants, I don't know. He's probably thinking I lost probably hundreds of millions of dollars. So I'm going to try and get as much as I possibly can. This is probably what he's thinking. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the dude. But I would just imagine, it's just my little speculation. I think that's probably what he's thinking. Let me try and get as much money as I possibly can. And I'm not going to sell it for 40. Give me 45. No, he probably wants more than that. He probably wants like 100 million. But obviously, that ain't going to happen.
He'd be lucky if he gets £75,000 for this club right now. This is a complete and utter disaster in almost every way.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, man.
Man.
I present to you a picture.
I mean, you could just feel that dude's pain. He said, Jesus Christ, man. That is horrible. Oh, Croatian man, thanks for recommending that. Sheffield Wednesday fans out there, talk to me. What is happening? Anybody else out there, talk to me. Like that. Any updates, anything like that? Is this common? Does this happen with other clubs? I mean, I know it does. I just mentioned Malaga, so I know it happens. It just sucks, man. There's no other way to put it. So I feel for you, Sheffield fans. I totally get it. It's no fun when your team is horrible. I was a Dodgers fan. I've been a Dodgers fan my whole life, and I remember when they were signing $300 million players that were 32 years old and horrible money on the books. It was a disaster. But you're a fan, so that's what you got to do. Look, like the video. That would definitely help out the channel. Hey, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.